And we are back live here in New Orleans. And here comes the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW and ACW and HWF. There she is, Sasha Banks. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks. Man, Sasha Banks already fired up here, ready to go. We know that coming up later on our HWF main event, the steel cage match for both titles, the HWF Women's Hardcore title and the HWF Women's Championship. It's title for title. No doubt about it. So anything goes in that steel cage match. Coming up later on our main event. No doubt about it. We know that, folks. Coming up next after this match, the TNW Divas Total Championship on the line. The champion, Cammy, defending her title against none other than the challenger herself, the wife of Gohan, Batel. No doubt about it. And, speaking of wives, here comes Ann from Tokyo, Japan. She is one half of the HWF Women's World Tag Team Champions, Hinata. And Hinata, the wife of Naruto Uzumaki, making her way to the ring and fully now known as Hinata Uzumaki. They have been through a lot together ever since their times in HWF on separate occasions. No doubt about it. Naruto had been through a lot in his time on the HWF when the Legend Killers were formed, and that led to an ultimate problem when Sakura didn't take too kindly to the losing streak that she's been having with the Legend Killers. And so it led to an ultimate problem when Hinata showed up, along with Ino, taking out Sakura. No doubt about it. First, there's actually Hinata showing up that night on her debut, taking out Sakura, winning both championships at the time of her career, the HWF Women's Championship and the HWF Women's Hardcore Championship. And by winning the HWF Women's World Tag Team Championships, by making history in her career, when teaming up with Ino, taking out the longest reigning title reign of the Black Cat and Becky Lynch. No doubt about it. And it was an amazing night after last year. And Hinata's been through a lot in her career ever since. She may be the HWF Women's World Tag Team Champions, one half of the champions, but it looks like now she meets Misty and Trish Stratus coming up in 1 week from now at TNW, King of the Celebrities. No doubt about it. It's title for titles. Winner takes all. Cover here. One. No, and a kick out. The kick out match is still going on, and whoa! Sasha Banks saw that one coming. Sending her off the ropes. There's a takedown by Sasha Banks, the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW, ACW, and the HWF, really putting a hurting on Hinata, Naruto's wife, in trouble. Yeah, but she's not going to give up here. Don't forget the fighting spirit of Hinata. She has a lot, and she's done a lot in her life, and she is not giving up. Hinata Uzumaki has Sasha Banks head scissors off the corner. Wow. Hinata Uzumaki, we know that their son Boruto will be in action coming up this Sunday, taking on The Miz in one-on-one action. His first ACW in-ring debut. No doubt about it, their son Boruto, I believe, has got a lot of potential to go a long way in ACW. No doubt about it, this is not ACW. This is TNW Diva Stars at its best, coming to you live from New Orleans. No doubt about it. Hinata fighting back here against Sasha Banks, the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW, ACW, and HWF, really putting the hurting here on Naruto's wife. No doubt about it. Hinata trying to fight back here, but she's getting dominated in the process by the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW, ACW, and the HWF. Really putting a hurting here on Hinata. No doubt about it. And whoa, suplex by Banks, taking her right off her feet. Kick to the gut. And oh my, a neck breaker. Oh my God. There's that bankrupt cover. Look at the leg. No. And Hinata kicking out of the bankrupt, staying alive in this thing. No doubt about it. And Sasha Banks right now with Hinata, has her right where she wants her here. And Banks sending Hinata over the top rope. Where's Sasha Banks going here? What's she gonna do? If I were Banks, I would plant something because Hinata's not gonna keep that lying down. Because here comes Naruto's wife fighting back. And a kick to the face, taking Sasha Banks right off her feet. Over a drop kick, Banks countered it, and there's a counter from Hinata. And a do-si-do, and around you go with the head scissors. Hinata taking Banks right off her feet. Over the right hand, she missed. And there it is. The combination move of Hinata into the martial arts shots. And a back kick. Lights out for Banks. The cover. Is this it? 2. No. Sasha Banks kicking out. And Hinata cannot believe it. No doubt about it. And I think this is going to be a bad night for Sasha Banks right here because there's the combination move. That's got to be it for Banks right there. The cover. Look at the leg. Is this it? No. And Banks getting her shoulder up, staying alive in this thing. No doubt about it. There's a right hand of the face, picking her up right there. There's a takedown. And a right hand from Hinata, and a right hand of the face, dominating Banks, coming back here in this match. And there's the knee lifts, one to the gut and one to the face, and Banks is in the corner. But Banks countering it, bringing Hinata to the corner, and now elbows to the face of Hinata. Hinata in trouble, needs to come up with a plan to come back here any way that she can, knowing the matchup is turning into a phenomenal match. And a discus elbow right in the face of Sasha Banks, who looks to be in trouble. And now though, Sasha Banks trying to fight back here. Oh, come on, ref. That was a choke. Get her off her. Counter. Super kick to the gut. Oh, no, not this again. Bankrupt on Hinata. And wait a minute. Who is that? What? That's Rhea Ripley. She's an ACW women's superstar. She's not even involved in TNW or HWF. Wait a minute. What is Rhea Ripley doing here? And now Hinata with a drop kick to the face, taking Banks down. First there was Selena Vega getting involved, and now it was Rhea Ripley. What the heck is going on here? I have no idea, but Hinata trying to come back here any way she can, and swinging neck breaker from the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW, ACW, and the HWF. And I guess Rhea Ripley had a lot to say to Banks after claiming to be the self-proclaimed legit boss of TNW, ACW, and HWF. Letting her know she's not the boss, that nobody is. And a spine buster by Hinata. And Banks in trouble. Hinata looking for the end. The rear clothesline from behind the cover. Can she win it here? No! And showing signs of frustration. Hinata, one of the all-time greats in the history of HWF, really cooking here. And a bulldog by Hinata Uzumaki. No doubt about it. Hinata, Naruto's wife, dominating this fight any way that she can to win it all here. But how is Banks able to withstand this kind of brutal punishment? How are these two able to withstand? I have no idea. And Hinata already fighting back. And a slam to the head by Hinata. And slamming Banks on the other side of the ring like a rag doll. Drop kick, counter from Banks. Oh no, oh no. The backstabber. Into the bank statement. She went for the bank statement, but Hinata's legs were close to the bottom rope. Hinata saw that one coming. And then the running cross body. Banks. Oh, she had the bank statement. And I mean, Hinata fought out of the bank statement, knowing her legs were on the bottom rope. But Sasha Banks couldn't avoid the deadly combinations. And it's over. Hinata wins. Hinata winning this thing by an amazing combination move. Look at this. The bankrupt by Sasha Banks taking Hinata down. And then Hinata with those kicks, those martial arts shots, taking Banks down off her feet. Just wow. And look at this one more time. Watch this. Bam! Bankrupt on Hinata. There's that rear clothesline. Here is your winner, Hinata! Well, Hinata winning this thing, making her husband proud tonight, along with the Legend Killers, sending a message to the entire locker room, even to Misty and Trish Stratus, that the HWF Women's World Tag Team Championships are not going anywhere. No doubt about it. As the titles are going to be on the line in 1 week from now, taking place in Miami, Florida. Can Hinata get it done for the HWF, or will Misty and Trish Stratus be the ones ending the title reign of the Legend Killers coming up in 1 week? No doubt about it. But right now, though, folks, speaking of titles, coming up next, the TNW main event before our final main event. As we see the TNW Divas Total Championship on the line, the champion Cammy White defending her title against none other than the wife of Gohan herself, Vidal. No doubt about it. Pan's mother and one-on-one action for the title. It's big and it's up next.